Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel from Nini Pie Bakery and I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're an oldie, thank you for coming back. Today, we are talking about why you should consider having baking as your extra source of income.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
So, I've become very passionate about, extra sources of income or multiple sources of income, and also having women be empowered enough to know that they can have more than just one income, especially if it's an income from a formal job. There's so much more that you can do outside of that to make yourself even more financially stable or financially independent. So, of course, it would only be fitting for me to talk about baking as a second source of income or an extra source of income because that's what I made it for myself. So, yeah, number one is that baking is really, really fun. Um, I mean, come on, you get to be creative, you get to imagine, you get to bring things to life, and I think that's amazing. I also think that the fun aspect of it is you get to meet people. If you're an extrovert, that could be something that's very, very enjoyable to you. Yeah. Number two is that baking is very therapeutic. I think this is mainly for me. I don't know if everyone else feels that way, but I feel so calm and so grounded, especially when I'm decorating a cake or cupcakes or whatever. It just makes me feel so happy to see something that I'm doing come to life. Sometimes you have an idea, and then the more you see it come to life, the more you start to feel more grounded, more calm, more peaceful. And I think if you can make money while you're doing that, that's very, very amazing. Number three is it's profitable, but I also feel like you have to cost it correctly for you to be able to make a profit out of it. And I will do another video to explain how to cost your baking goods like cakes, cupcakes, pies, or whatever. But yes, baking is very profitable, and I think that if it's something that you're going to do for the weekends only, I think it could still make you enough money to pay some of your bills, or it could be like the kind of income that you use to have fun, to sponsor your extracurricular activities. Number four is that baking will always be here. People will always want cakes. People will always have something to celebrate. People celebrate weddings, birthdays, gender reveals. They celebrate baby showers, baby welcomes, memorials, sometimes funerals. Sometimes people just want to eat cake because they like cake. So baking will always be there. I think it's not an industry that you think, okay, it's going to fade. If you look 100 years back, baking was here. People were making money from it. If you look, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 100 years in the future, you'll see that people will still be baking, people will still be eating cake. So it's something that could last a very long time. You could be in it for the long run. Number five is you don't need a lot of capital to start. I think you need about like 100, 120, 150 max for your first baking lessons, which is just stage one baking, which is where you learn how to bake, how to use buttercream, how to layer a cake, how to ice a cake, that kind of stuff. And then after that, you can go and start baking, and then you make money from that before you go to the second class. So the initial investment is not too much money. So I I don't know if other bakers agree or not, but I think $200 is enough for you to actually start a baking career. But yes, I think it's enough because one, you need 120 for your classes, or 100, or 90 in some cases for your stage one classes. And then you need about 50 for equipment. Just buying spatulas and bench scrapers and teens and stuff. That stuff is really not, like, the basic is really not that expensive. And then you need maybe like a 30 or a 40 for ingredients to buy your flowers and what's the thing called? Or your baking powders, baking sodas, oil, butter, all those things. And then maybe an extra 10 to just buy your starting boxes and boards for packaging. So really you could start it with 200. And the good thing is you can make that 200 back within like 2 weeks. You know, especially if you're popular on social media, or you can even just go on She Selling It on Facebook or any other Facebook platforms and then just post. All you have to do is go on Facebook or Instagram and advertise. You can advertise in groups on Facebook, the business groups. You can advertise on WhatsApp, advertise to the people that you know at work, at school, anybody. And you can genuinely make that money back in 2 weeks or a week. It took me 2 weeks to make my initial investment back, and that's how I was able to start like saving up to go for the other classes, because with the school that I used, there are 4 baking stages, and I think the total was around 580 for all 4 stages. But I didn't do them all at the same time. I did one class, went to make money from it. I did the second class, went to make money from it. The third class, went to make money from it. The fourth class, went to make money from it. So I think, you know, you don't have to have a lump sum of money to start. And then the last one is, which is number 6. It's a very successful industry. And that is why a lot of people are doing it. You see people baking from literally every corner of the country or the world, actually. It's because it's a very profitable industry, very successful industry, very long-standing industry. And because of that, I feel like you always find the clients. You will be fine. It will be here, it's done well, it's been doing well, it will do well. So you will also, you know, be a part of that industry and do well. But obviously, for you to make money, for you to be good at something, you have to practice, you have to take it seriously, you have to market yourself, and you have to be good at what you do. Customers are not just gonna come to you without you advertising. Customers are not gonna keep coming back to you if you're not good at what you're doing. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope you'll consider baking as a second source of income. Have a good day. Bye.